If you're sitting here wondering whether she's pulling away because she's avoidant or because she's just not that into you, I'm about to give you the answer. And it's probably not what you think. Here's the situation you're dealing with. She seemed interested at first. Maybe she was even the one who initiated things. You two had some good conversations, maybe went out a few times. Things felt like they were heading somewhere real. But now, she's distant, takes forever to text back, always has an excuse when you try to make plans. And you're sitting there trying to figure out what happened. Is this her attachment style? Is she one of those avoidant women everyone talks about? Or is she just not feeling it? Because here's the thing, both scenarios look almost identical from the outside. The behavior is really similar, but there are specific tells that'll show you which one it is. And once you know, you'll stop wasting your time wondering. Let me break it down for you. All right, so let's talk about what avoidant behavior actually looks like versus someone who's just not interested. Because there are key differences, and if you know what to look for, it becomes pretty obvious. The distance is inconsistent. She goes hot and cold. Some days she's warm and engaged. Other days she's complete ice. It's like a roller coaster. You never know which version of her you're going to get. She pulls away after good moments. This is the big one. After you two have a deep conversation, after intimacy, after you get closer, that's when she retreats. The better the moment, the harder she pulls back. She gives mixed signals. Her words say one thing, her actions say another. She'll tell you she likes spending time with you, but then she disappears for days. She'll make future plans, then cancel them. It's confusing as hell. And here's the key, she still reaches out sometimes, especially after periods of distance. When she's at space, she'll come back, maybe with a casual text or suggesting you hang out. Then the cycle starts again. Now, the distance is consistent. She's not hot and cold. She's just cold all the time. There's no variation, no waves, just steady disinterest. She pulls away after bad moments or when she realizes you're not compatible. Not after good dates or deep conversations. After awkward silences. After she notices things that don't align with what she wants. Her signals aren't mixed. They're just not responsive. Short texts, never initiates. Doesn't ask you questions. There's no confusion here. She's just not engaged. And she doesn't reach back out. You're always the one chasing. Always the one trying to make plans. If you stop reaching out, you just never hear from her again. The key difference comes down to this. Avoidants want connection but fear it. People who aren't interested just don't want it. Period. Let me show you what this actually looks like in real situations. I'm going to give you scenarios, and you tell me if they sound familiar. You had a great date. I'm talking real connection here. You two talked for hours, shared personal stuff, laughed a lot. She texted you that same night, saying she had a great time, maybe even added a heart emoji or something. And then radio silence for 3 days. When she finally responds, it's like nothing happened. She's friendly but distant. Short answers, takes hours to reply, doesn't suggest hanging out again. That's avoidant behavior. The good date triggered her fear of closeness, so she retreated to feel safe again. The intimacy you shared scared her, so she pulled back to regulate herself. Now compare that to this. You had a date. It was fine. Nothing terrible happened, but the conversation didn't really flow. She was polite, but you could tell she wasn't super engaged. No real spark. You text her after. She responds once or twice with short, polite answers. And then she just stops replying altogether. When you try to make plans again, she says she's busy and doesn't suggest an alternative time. That's not avoidant. She's just not feeling it. The date confirmed for her that you're not the right match. And she's moving on. Here's another one. You've been seeing her for a few weeks. Some days she's super affectionate, calling you cute names, talking about things you could do together in the future, being really present and engaged. Other days she's completely shut off, barely responds to your texts, says she needs space because she's overwhelmed with work or life stuff. You feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells, not knowing which version of her you're going to get. And just when you're about to give up and move on, she reaches out, act like everything's fine. wants to hang out. The cycle starts all over again. That's textbook avoidant. The cycle of closeness, then fear, then distance, then feeling safe enough to reconnect. Over and over. Or maybe this sounds more familiar. You've been trying to make plans with her for weeks. Every time you suggest something, she says she's busy. She never suggests an alternative, never initiates plans herself. When you text her, it takes her hours or even days to respond. And when she does, it's minimal effort. No questions about your life. No real engagement in the conversation. You're the only one putting an effort here. And she's not matching it at all. That's not avoidant. She's just not interested. If she wanted to see you, she'd make time. People make time for what they want. See the difference? Avoidants give you inconsistency and mixed signals. People who aren't interested give you consistent disinterest. So, how do you know for sure which one you're dealing with? Here's the test. Give her space and see what happens. Here's what you do. Stop initiating for a week or two. And I don't mean this as a game or some manipulation tactic. I mean genuinely give her space and focus on your own life. Don't text first. Don't try to make plans. Just let it breathe. Now, one of two things is going to happen. If she's avoidant, she'll reach out. Once the pressure is off and she is distant, she'll feel safe enough to reconnect. You might get a random text out of nowhere. Something like, "Hey, how have you been?" Or "Saw something that made me think of you." Because avoidants need space to process their feelings. When they have it, they often realize they actually do miss you and want to talk. If she's not interested, nothing happens. You won't hear from her at all, because she wasn't pulling away out of fear. She just didn't want to be around you in the first place. Now here's the thing, and this is important. Even if she is avoidant and she does reach out, that doesn't automatically mean you should stick around. Because the hot and cold thing, it doesn't just magically stop, unless she's actively working on her attachment issues, going to therapy, reading about this stuff, genuinely trying to heal. This cycle will be your entire relationship. You'll always be anxious, always wondering when she's going to pull away again, always walking on eggshells, trying not to get too close. That's exhausting, man. And it'll mess with your head over time. So once you know the answer, ask yourself this. Do I actually want to deal with this? Even if she likes me, even if she's avoidant and not just uninterested, is this the kind of relationship I want to be in? Because here's the truth. You deserve consistency. You deserve someone who doesn't make you second guess everything. You deserve someone who can show up for you without running away every time things get real. So give her space. See what happens. If she comes back and she's self-aware about her patterns, maybe there's something to work with there. If she doesn't come back, you have your answer. And if she comes back but keeps doing the same hot and cold routine without any effort to change, well, you have your answer there too. Look, I get it. You want her to be avoidant because that means there's still hope. It means it's not about you. And yeah, maybe she's avoidant. But sometimes the truth is simpler than that. Sometimes she's just not into you. And that's okay. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means you're not the right match for each other. Don't waste months trying to decode her behavior like it's some puzzle you need to solve. Give her space, live your life, and see if she comes back. If she does, and she's actually willing to work on her patterns, maybe there's potential. If she doesn't, or if she keeps running the same cycle without changing anything, you already know what to do. You deserve someone who doesn't make you feel like you're solving a puzzle. Hit the like button. Share your experience in the comment section and subscribe for more real talk. See you next time.